So first episode of our podcast.
Wow.
With
Good
Cara
to
and
be
Kate.
here.
Woo. What is that podcast called?
Cara and Kate's podcast. Simple as that.
Okay, Cara and Kate's. Welcome to Cara and Kate's
podcast.
Woo.
Today we have the first episode and we are talking about mitigation in the Amazon.
Yes, and we are using... Do we put we using the article?
What?
Are you going to reference your article?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wait, how do you even word that then?
The article we are using is by Roosevelt in 2013 called
The Amazon and the Anthropocene. How do you... is that?
Anthropocene.
Anthropocene. 3,000 years of human influence.
13,000 years. 13,000 years of human influence in a tropical rainforest. And we found this one on Science Direct.
Yes.
In the Anthropocene Journal.
Yes.
Volume 4.
What caught my attention with this, the reason I've chose this article is because it states that the Amazon has withstood, periods of climate change, ice ages, just really intense things that it's had to adapt to. But then with human influence, with human interaction, activities, mass destruction, the Amazon cannot withstand this. And I find it really interesting how in just a short period of time we've caused this mass destruction.
Yeah, it's gone through the whole ice age. It's survived for thousands of years, and our small period of being humans have nearly caused it to go extinct.
I think it just really highlights, what we have done. But I think it is, like I said, it is just in this short period, because actually around 13,000 years ago, got the number right, we were in the Amazon and we were settling the Amazon. But indigenous people there, they were building houses, they were cultivating land to build crops, and they did have an effect on the biological diversity, but the Amazon could adapt to this.
But with the new rise of capitalisation, the globalised society, it's seeing such detrimental effects now.
And I think with the linear economy that we have, and how it is consumerism, things need to be fast, whether, that is at the extent of the destruction. Because obviously with each, I guess if there's more consumers, the more destruction we have with the Amazon, the more palm oil, the more meat, the expanding of the farming.
Deforestation.
Yeah.
So, the main question that we are trying to answer or evaluating is, in order to mitigate the Amazon, should humans coexist in the Amazon?
Yeah.
The first point I wanted to make is that it's very hard to, what's the word? Leave the Amazon.
Yes, I agree.
Because we are so heavily reliant on it for medicine. Like, it is the main source for all human treatments, all medicines, so much scientific research, and we would not be where we are in civilization today without being able to be a part of the Amazon or sadly exploit the Amazon.
Yes.
We can critique our intruders on it, but we're kind of being hypocritical because we are the people that rely on it the most.
Yeah.
We do rely on it, and
I guess that's it, because what this article suggests, it suggests that, humans do have a large influence, and then does that mean that you have to take humans out of the equation to save the Amazon? Does the Amazon need, I guess, time away from humans in order to restore itself, to adapt?
Yeah.
But then I feel like if you take humans out of the Amazon, like you said, it's got ties to the medical and pharmacy industry. It's got ties, just all these networks. And it also comes back to culture as well, that you can't take indigenous people out of the Amazon.
Then where are they going to go?
Exactly, and I feel like
you can't displace other humans just because of our own silly exploitation.
Yes, and I feel like the indigenous people who live in the Amazon, they actually work alongside the Amazon. You know, in a sustainable. Exactly, yeah. It's not they work in a sustainable way, and actually, indigenous people know far more about the Amazon because they obviously live within
there for over 13,000 years.
Exactly, and they've got stories about the Amazon.
They've learned to adapt with the Amazon and not exploit it. And also they have so many cultural ties and like religious ties to it.
Exactly,
it's like a place of worship. It's a place you live in harmony to nature. Yeah. It's not, nature is separate to them. They are part of nature.
So I guess in a way that could be part of the mitigation, that in order to save the Amazon, we must work alongside indigenous people to learn about it. And it is that word that you said, it's the harmony, it's this balance, because at the moment there is no balance, but we can see the relationship between indigenous people and nature. There is a good balance there and it is sustainable. But yeah, I don't think you can take humans out of it. I think you have to, it's a situation where there are too many networks, there are too many ties, so you kind of just have to work with communities, you have to work with businesses almost to, I don't know, I guess not negotiate, but
there's no set conclusion on what we can do, because it's not just medicine, it's a place to escape from nature, it's a place where people rely on it. You can't completely just take everyone out of the equation.
So I guess, is it taking like a... Because what we're doing in the Amazon so far, there have been like, I guess, stories of, we've got reforestation going on, but I don't think that's enough, and I think...
It's not enough.
No.
The rate at which deforestation is happening, significantly less reforestation is occurring, and if we carry on the way we are, the Amazon is going to be no longer, it's going to be extinct, and there's going to be no way of bringing it back. Like trees, they have hundreds of years trees have been there. To grow a tree, hundreds of years, there's no way we are going to be able to rebound from the damage we've done.
No. I think personally, from this article, I think it kind of promotes a holistic way of mitigating the Amazon, that you must understand the history, you must understand the culture, the economic ties, the social ties, because that is the main issue. It's the socio-economic issues that are causing the mass destruction. But I think you must take a holistic approach where you've got to work kind of with each issue. But I think starting with working alongside indigenous people, learning about the Amazon, and like I said, it's good that this article explores the history of human influence. Yeah, because we've got to understand where it's gone wrong, and I think we can see that actually, we don't need to get rid of human interaction. It's the extent of human interaction, because we can see that actually human interaction, it did cause biological diversity, but like I said before, it's the fact that the Amazon could adapt to that. So the human interaction and influence we have now, we need to reduce the extent.
Yeah.
But in terms of mitigation strategies, like I said, that's taking a holistic view. It's working with businesses, ensuring, well, what do you contribute to the Amazon? Are you cutting down trees, but what are you putting back to the Amazon?
Accountable.
Accountability, yeah.
It's like, for example, some influencers these days, I can give an example. Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Crazy example to use. However, they're having that massive influence with hundreds of millions of followers.
Yeah. And
making sure that they're dedicating their time to climate change, like rebuilding the Amazon. So he did a video where every follower on social media platforms would mean another tree planted. So we need more influencers like that. So people taking advantage of the voice that they have in the world. And Passenger, for example, the clothing brand, every single item that is bought, they plant a tree.
Yeah.
So people need to be putting their own effort in, and there should be like a global regulation that if you have a company, for the emissions that you emit, or the damage that you do, you have to, contradict that. completely.
Yes.
So what
you have to balance it out.
Balance it out.
Yeah.
What you do, you've got to balance it out. And that's the only way we're going to survive. It's the only way we're going to be able to save the Amazon or stop climate change.
Yeah. I agree with that, because I think with that, I guess with the media, and what was the name that you said?
Mr. Beast.
So Mr. Beast, Jimmy, I think
Funny, isn't it?
I think actually he's recognised.
Oh no!
Oh no! He's recognised the network. So you've got to. Well, he's recognised the fact that you've got to balance, and I think for like businesses that are coming into the Amazon that funding agricultural side of stuff, allowing the deforestation to happen, they've got to realise their actions. They've got to realise who this impacts, the fact that they've got a network socially with farmers. So they've got a network with the environment, with conducting deforestation.
Yeah.
So they've got to put back to the environment by replanting, give back to the farmers, and that's like fair. I don't know, it's like fair trade as well. And I think that's the idea of kind of sustainability and mitigating. And yeah, I think it comes back to this article that these businesses, players involved in the Amazon, they must understand the history and the networks of who it impacts. And obviously, like you said, put the balance back into the Amazon.
Yeah.
Rather than just taking from it.
I don't think that we shouldn't be allowed to coexist with the Amazon. I just think the way that we coexist with the Amazon has to change.
Yes. Because I agree. I think we need to coexist with the Amazon to realise what we've done. We can't be separate with it. We're very much part of it.
Yeah, and also with the damage we've done already, there's no way we can just suddenly leave and leave the damage we've done. Like, we have to put some effort back into it.
Yeah, we need to repair
we have to repair it, otherwise it's never going to be the same.
Yeah. But no, I think, I agree. I think we should coexist. And I think this article has really helped highlight, our interaction and the history
of it.
Because it is very important to look at that and get a holistic view.
Yeah.
But
it does say that dating the historic data for the Amazon is always going to be impossible.
Oh, yeah.
That you're never going to fully understand how it came to be the way it is, how it was treated in the past, but all we can do now is use the information we do know and
go from there.
Save it.
Yeah. Holistic approach, learn about the history, it's the balance, it's understanding networks, and I believe that is how we're going to mitigate the Amazon effectively. But yeah, thank you for listening to this episode.
Thank you for joining me, Cara.
Thank you
for being here.